Welcome back to A Country Boy Can Cook. Today we're going to make a cake, a fall cake. It's got all the good stuff in it. It's got walnuts and pecans and carrots and what else going to put in this? Oh, some pumpkin, some apple juice. So stay with me as my ear is itching here. Is that somebody? That means somebody's going to call or come by or whatever. So anyway, let's get this party started. And I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to use a cake mix. If any of you want a good spice cake mix recipe, the ingredients, just text me, and I've got one that I've made before, and I'll put the information up there for that. I may put it at the end, but I'm going to use a carrot cake mix this morning because I've got it, and they were $1. I think they were on sale for $1.99. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. Do I follow the instructions? It says 1 cup of water, 1/3 cup of oil, 3 eggs. Well, I got the 3 eggs down. That's about as far as it's going to go. I'm not going to put any water. I'm going to put apple juice for the water. The oil, I'm going to use pumpkin puree. It's really good this way. It makes a really moist cake, and I'm going to do a bundt cake. And you'll see how I'm going to get it started here. Let me get the camera down here. So I've got a non-stick. I very seldom ever use a non-stick, but I am this morning. You'll understand why. I've got some walnuts here. There's about 1/2 cup of brown sugar in here. There's about 1/2 cup of walnuts added. I'm going to put about 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. You know, you can do more or less whatever you like, and you can do straight pecans. Heck, you can do peanuts if you wanted to. You could put some dried fruit in this cake. Now I'm going to put this on the burner. Let me get it turned around so you can see that. I got it on high. You can add a little bit of water at this point to help. I'm just going to add a little drizzle of apple cider. I can't think this morning. It's too early. Just going to let that melt down a little bit. I don't want it to caramelize or anything like that. I just want to get some color and get something to stick to these nuts in here. You'll understand after I let this cook a little bit longer. Actually, you can take this right here and cook it down and cook it until this starts getting thick and pour it out and make candy out of it. Once you pour it out on a seal pad or a grease pan, use some cinnamon and sugar on the top of it and let it set. Makes pretty good candy. Kind of like brittle. I'm not going to cook it near that far though. That's close enough right there for the girls I go with. We'll let that cool off for a minute. Heat's off of it. Let it cool down. Bring you back to that in just 1 minute. All right. Get my huevos over here. I've got Baker's Joy. I've got this bundt pan. It's well used and well loved through the years. You can see the patina. This Baker's Joy. I had a problem with some of this, and this is one of them. It just runs out of the power. You still got product left in it. And the people, whoever, General Mills or whoever owns Baker's Joy, sent me the coupon for 2 large cans, which I've already redeemed, but I wanted to use that one. So here's the first thing I'm going to do. Let me get these nuts over here. You may see where I'm going to on this, or you may not. You can see it's just getting a little caramelization on these pecans, and there you go. Get a little closer here. Just getting a little caramelization on them. I'm going to pour these around in here. Move my pan around, it'll be easier that way. So I'm going to put those on the bottom of this, and of course it's a butt pan, so that will end up on the top side of my cake. Let's get the cake mixed. It's pretty simple. Let's get this over here. So I always take and mix my liquid first, and any cake, whether I'm making it out of my mixture or a box. Take you 3 eggs. Make sure no shells are in there. All right. Calls for 1/3 cup of oil. There's about 1/3 cup right there. One cup of water. Well, we're not going to use water. We want some flavor to it, and not water flavor. We're going to use apple cider actually. Shake this up. Just dump that into my pan here. Break your eggs up. I like to give this a stir, kind of get it pre-mixed. I'm going to take some apricot beurre. I'm going to probably put about 2 big tablespoons. Apricot's one of my favorites. Preserves. I'm an apricot fan. I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon. Finally get it open there. Maybe a good teaspoonful. Get that kind of blended together. Maybe a good teaspoonful of cinnamon. Get this all mixed together. You can see why I want to mix the cinnamon in now. It has a tendency, when you drop it on anything cold, it wants to clump up. All right, very good, very good. I've got this is a carrot cake, Betty Crocker Delight, super moist. In goes my cake mix. One box, one package, whatever you want to call it. I can tell you already, this is smelling so good. Make sure you mix everything up off the sides. It doesn't have to be super smooth, but you want it smooth enough that everything gets blended in good. Because we're not through with this yet. Oh no, no. There's more. What's the next thing, Johnny? All right, well let me show you the next thing. All right. So, we still got pecans left over here. Oh yeah. And we're gonna add about a cup more pecan to this mix. A friend of ours gave us these pecans, and you can see why I poured over the top of it in case some of them drop. They just drop to the bottom. And then I mix them in. It's a thick enough batter. They won't all, if you do this in a regular cake, they'll kind of all drop to the bottom, which it kind of puts them all on one side. In this butt cake, it don't matter because it's inverted and you have all the nuts and everything right on the top, all blended in. Now, if you didn't want to use cinnamon, you could put pumpkin pie spice in here. Be my guest. Anything you want. Let's see if this is setting up in here. You can see this is already kind of set up. You could just pour those out on a seal pan and let them set. Make a good candy. There it is. Ain't she a pretty thing, boys and girls? Just kind of shake it around. I've got the oven. It says bake it at 350 degrees because there's a lot of added moisture. The moisture in the pumpkin. I bake it at this lower temperature. I bake mine at 325. And it says for 40 minutes. I check it at 35. So in 35 minutes, we'll go over to the oven and check it. I'll check it with a toothpick, see if it's done, and we'll go from there. See you back here in a little bit. All right, let's check this, see if it's ready. I got a toothpick. It's actually an hors d'oeuvres pick. Put olives and stuff like that. It's longer. Get this open so I don't burn myself. Let's see, bring it out so you can see it. It's not jiggling in the center. I can see it's pulling away from the edges. And pull it out and check it up here so you can see it. I always get questions, how do you know if your cake is finished? Just take your toothpick, insert it into the deepest part, especially on this, all the way to the bottom. Just a little bit of crumb left, which is perfect. All right, let me turn my oven off. Let me take the camera back to the other side and we'll see if we can get this baby out of here. All right, I've taken this some parchment paper. I'm gonna put it on this serving dish. Look at that, what the old dude did. Ain't he pretty? Made a scalloped edge. You just take and fold your parchment paper into the center, keep folding it until you got a triangle and cut the edges out. All right. Now, the real deal. Let's get this up here and see if we can, if a knife will go around the outside edge. I don't want it to cool down much because I want it to be able to come out of the pan. I'm hoping I have it sprayed enough. Take a knife here. Looks like it's pulling away. It's going to be tender. Center here, you know, okay? Yeah. One thing about it, if it falls apart when we're flipping it out of here, ain't nothing wrong with that. It'll still eat the same. is always the fun part. You can see that or not. I'm putting my parchment paper on top of it. All right. Get a grip on it and go for the gusto. Ah! Pulled my parchment paper out. Well, that's okay. I just didn't want it to. Look at that, boys and girls. I think it made it. Oh, it broke apart one section over here. See if I can get it to pop out over here. One section did not want to release. Let's see if we can fix that so it looks pretty. Of course, I could always eat the evidence. There it is. Put it back into place here. Look at that. Nobody will ever know. One thing about it, boys and girls, she's hot. What happened, I waited a few minutes long to get this out of here, and it wanted to stick because this turns into brittle. I knew that going in. I wasn't sure how much it would do. We got news for you. That's gonna eat really good. How's that, boys and girls? Fall spice cake with pecans and walnuts cooked into it. They caramelized on top. It caused a little sticking issue. Yeah, right there, kind of broke loose. Yeah, you think I matter? I'll eat that evidence. You'd never even know it was there unless I told you. Let's cut a piece of this harvest cake. I don't even know what to call it. I just call it good. I had a little nibble. It had a little problem getting out of the bundt pan, and my problem because it was my fault. I should have took the serving dish over to the oven, and as soon as it come out, before it cooled any, flipped it over on there, it would have come out fine, because that brown sugar and nuts on the top that I recently poured in, you know, it makes brittle. So it was still liquid when I pulled it out. I should have flipped it over on it then, but it wanted to stick in a couple of places. Will it make it eat any different? Shoot, no. I'm fixing to take a bite of it. I had a little piece that was left over in the center of the bundt pan. It's really good. So let's get a bite here. You can see where it broke right here. Let's say eat the evidence. I haven't had lunch yet, so this will be my lunch. Boy, it's heavy. It's not no lightweight. It's heavy because it's moist. I don't want to waste anything. Let's get all of that out of there. And it's still warm. Spice cake with caramelized pecans and walnuts on top. Bundt cake style. This is going to be so good. All right, let's get a bite. It's still hot. I want some of that caramelized nuts and stuff with my bite. May take a minute to get it all in here. Well, that's really good. I don't know if you can taste any individual thing, except one thing. That's really good. It's super good, man. Bake this. Bake it for the holidays. Bake it because you want to do it. You don't have to be the holidays to have a good cake. Just remember, as soon as I'm telling you, as soon as you pull it out of the oven, Put it over on a plate at that point before that sugar cools. That sugar cools really quick, and I knew that when I brought it over here. I just wanted to get the camera over here. I should have put everything on top of the stove over there and flipped it over there and brought it over here. But it will eat the same, I promise. Well, see y'all back on the next video. Please comment on my videos and share my videos. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And once you hit it, the little notification up the top, hit the top and you'll get all my videos. So the old dude is out of here to enjoy a piece of cake.